Chapter 3 Atoms and Molecules. Ancient Greek and Indian philosophers have always wondered about the unseen and unknown form of matter. The idea of divisibility of matter was considered around 500 BC in India. Maharishi Kanad, an Indian philosopher, postulated that if we go on dividing matter, padarth, we shall get a smaller and a smaller particles at last. A stage will come when we shall come across the smallest particles when further division will be impossible. He named these particles Pramanu. Another Indian philosopher, Pakuda Katyayam, elaborated this theory and said that these particles are normally present in a combined form which gives us various types of matter. Around the same era, ancient Greek philosophers Lysippus and Democritus suggested that if we go on dividing matter, a stage will come beyond which particles obtained cannot be divided further. Democritus called such individual particles atoms meaning individual. All this was based on philosophical consideration before 18th century, not much experimental work to validate these ideas could be done. By the end of the 18th century, scientists recognized the difference between elements and compounds, so they became interested in finding out why and how elements combine and what happens when they combine. By establishing two important laws of chemical combination, Newton Lavoisier laid the foundation of chemical science. Laws of a chemical combination. Two laws of a chemical combination were established after much experiments by Lavoisier and Prost. These are explained below. Law of conservation of mass. Is there any change in mass when a chemical reaction takes place? Law of constant proportion. Lavoisier, along with other scientists, noted that a large number of compounds were composed of two or more elements, and every such compound had the same elements in the same ratio, irrespective of where the compound came from or who prepared it. In a compound such as water, the ratio of the mass of hydrogen to the mass of oxygen is always 1:8. The source of water may be different, thus if 9 gram of water is decomposed, 1 gram of hydrogen and 8 gram of oxygen are obtained always. Similarly, in ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen are present always in the ratio 14:3 by mass. The method or the source from which it is obtained by differ. This led to the law of constant proportions, which is also called as the law of definite proportions. This law by Prost was stated as in chemical substance, the elements are always present in definite proportions by mass. The next problem faced by scientists was to give proper explanations of these laws. British chemist John Dalton gave the basic theory about the nature of matter. Dalton took the idea of a divisibility of matter, which was just a philosophy. Till then, he picked up the name atoms as given by the Greeks and told that the smallest particles of matter are atoms. His theory was based on the laws of a chemical combination. Dalton's atomic theory provided an explanation for the law of conservation of mass as well as the law of definite proportions. Joe Dalton was born in 1766 in a pure weaver's family in England. He began his career as a teacher when he was 12 years old. 7 years later, he became a school principal. In 1793, he left for Manchester to teach mathematics, chemistry, and physics in a college. He spent most of his life there researching and teaching. In 1808, he presented his atomic theory, which proved a turning point in the study of matter. According to Dalton's atomic theory, all matter, whether it is an element, a compound, or a mixture, is composed of small particles and called atoms. Atoms. The main points of this theory are as follows. Every matter is made for very tiny particles called atoms, which participate in chemical reaction. Atoms are individual particles which can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. Atoms of a given element are identical in mass and chemical properties. Atoms of different elements have different masses and chemical properties. Atoms combine in the ratio of small whole numbers to form compounds. The relative number and types of atoms are constant in a given compound. We will study in the next chapter that all atoms are made up of still smaller particles. What is an atom? Have you ever observed a mason building? What is the building block of the yolk building? What is the building block of an ant hill? It is a small grain of sand. In the same way, the building blocks of all matter are atoms. How big are atoms? Atoms are smaller than anything that we can imagine or compare with. More than millions of atoms, when stacked, would make a layer merely as thick as this sheet of paper. Atoms are very insignificant in size. Our entire world is made up of atoms. We may not be able to see them, but they are there and continuously affecting whatever we do. We can now produce magnified images of surfaces of elements, showing atoms with the help of modern techniques. What are the modern day symbols of atoms of different elements? Dalton was the first scientist who used the symbols of elements in a very specific sense. When he used a symbol for an element, he also meant it's a definite quantity that is one atom of that element. But Berzelius suggested that the symbols of elements can be made by taking one or two letters from the name of the element. The names of elements were derived from the name of the place where they were found for the first time in being. E.g., the name copper was taken from syrups. Some names were taken from specific colors. E.g., gold was taken from an English word that means yellow. IUPAC, International Union of the Pure and Applied Chemistry, is an international scientific organization which approves the name of elements, symbols, and units. Many symbols are the first one or two letters of the element's name in English. Symbol's first letter is always written as a capital letter and the second letter as a small letter. For example, hydrogen H, barium Ba and not Ba, cobalt Co and not Co. Symbols of some elements are formed from the first letter of the name and a letter that appears later in the name. Chlorine, zinc, Zn, etc. Other symbols have been taken from their names in Latin, German, or Greek. For example, the symbol of iron is Fe from its Latin name ferrum. Potassium is K from calcium. Sodium is Na from natrium. So each element has a name and a specific chemical symbol. Atomic mass, the most important concept that Dalton's atomic theory proposed was about the atomic mass. He stated that each element had characteristics atomic mass. The theory could explain the law of constant proportions so well that scientists were motivated to measure the atomic mass of an atom. Since determining the mass of an individual atom was a comparatively difficult task, relative atomic masses were determined using the laws of chemical combinations and the compounds thus formed. For example, a compound carbon monoxide CO is formed by carbon and oxygen. It was observed experimentally that 3G of carbon combines with 4 gram of oxygen to form CO, or carbon combines with 4 by 3 times its mass of oxygen. Suppose we define the atomic mass unit U, unified mass, as equal to the mass of one carbon atom. Then we would assign carbon an atomic mass of 1.0 U and oxygen an atomic mass of 1.33 U. It is more convenient to have these numbers as whole numbers while searching for various atomic mass units. Scientists took 1 by 16 of the mass of an atom of naturally occurring oxygen as the unit. In beginning, this was considered relevant due to two reasons. Oxygen reacts with a large number of elements and forms compounds. This atomic mass unit gives masses of most of the elements as whole numbers. In 1961, a universally accepted atomic mass unit, carbon-12 isotope, was taken as the standard reference for measuring atomic masses. One atomic mass unit is a mass unit equal to exactly 1 by 12 the mass of one atom of carbon-12. The relative atomic masses of all elements have been found now with respect to an atom of carbon-12. Imagine a fruit seller selling fruits without any standard weight. He takes a watermelon and says this has a mass equal to 12 units. 12 watermelon units or 12 fruits was mass units. He cuts in 12 equal pieces and finds the mass of each fruit he is selling relative to mass of one piece of the watermelon. Definition: the relative atomic mass of the atom of an element is the average mass of the atom as compared to 1 by 12 the mass of one carbon-12 atom. How do atoms exist? Atoms of most elements cannot exist independently. Atoms for molecules and ions. These ions or molecules aggregate in large numbers to form the matter that we can see, feel, or touch. What is a molecule? In general, a molecule is a group of two or more atoms that are chemically bonded together, that is held together tightly by attractive forces. A molecule can be defined as the smallest particle of an element or a compound that can exist independently and shows all the properties of that substance. Atoms of the same or different elements can join together to form molecules. Molecules of elements. The molecules of an element are made by the same types of atoms. Molecules of many elements, e.g. argon, Ar, helium, He, etc., are made up of only one atom of that element. But this is not the same with most of the non-metals. For example, a molecule of oxygen consists of two atoms of oxygen, and therefore it is known as a diatomic molecule. Or two, if three atoms of oxygen combine into a molecule instead of the usual two, we get oxygen O3. The number of atoms constituting a molecule is known as its atomicity. Molecules of metals and some other elements, e.g. carbon, do not have a simple structure but consist of a very large indefinite number of atoms bonded together. Molecules of compounds. Atoms of various elements join together in a definite proportion to make molecules of compounds. Few examples are given below. What is an ion? Compounds composed of non-metals and metals contain charged species. The charged species are known as ions. Ions many consist of a single charged atom or a group of atoms that have a net charge on them. An ion can be negatively or positively charged. A negatively charged ion is called an anion, and the positively charged ion a cation. Take for example calcium chloride, CaCl2. Its constituent particles are positively charged calcium ions, Ca2+, and negatively charged chloride ions, Cl-. A group of atoms carrying a charge is called a polyatomic ion. Writing chemical formula. The chemical formula of a compound is a symbolic representation of its composition. The chemical formula for different compounds can be written easily. For this, we must learn the symbols and combining capacity of the elements. The combining capacity of an element is known as its valency. Valency can be used to know how the atoms of an element will combine with the atom of other element to form a chemical compound. The valency of the atom of an element can be considered as hands or arms of that atom. Human beings have 2 arms, while an octopus has 8. If one octopus has to catch hold of a few people in such a manner that all the 8 arms of the octopus and both arms of all the humans to be caught are located, how many humans do you think the octopus can hold? Denote the octopus with O and humans with H. We can write a formula for this combination with H. We can write a formula for this combination. The subscript for indicates the number of humans held by the octopus. Valences of some common ions are given in table 7. The rules to write a chemical formula are as follows. The valences of charges on the ion must balance when a compound consists of a metal and a non-metal. The name or symbol of the metal is written first. For example, sodium chloride, NaCl, iron sulfide, FeS, copper oxide, CuO, etc., where chlorine, sulfur and oxygen are non-metals and are written on the right, whereas sodium, iron and copper are metals and therefore are written on the left. In compounds formed with polyatomic ions, the number of ions present in the compound is indicated by enclosing the formula of ion in a bracket and writing the number of ions outside the bracket. For example, MgOH2. In case the number of polyatomic ion H1, the bracket is not required. For example, NaOH. Molecular mass and mole concept. Molecular mass. We have just discussed the concept of atomic mass. This concept can be used to calculate molecular masses. The molecular mass of a substance is the sum of the atomic masses of all the atoms in a molecule of the substance. Therefore, it is the relative mass of a molecule expressed in atomic mass units. Formula unit mass. The formula unit mass of a substance is the same of atomic masses of all the atoms in a formula unit of a compound. Formula unit mass is calculated in the same manner as in calculating the molecular mass. The only difference is that the word formula unit is used for those substances which constituent particles are ions. For example, sodium chloride has a formula unit NaCl. Its formula unit mass can be calculated as mole concept. Take an example of the reaction between hydrogen and oxygen to form water. This reaction indicates that 2 molecules of hydrogen combine with 1 molecule of oxygen to form 2 molecules of water. In other words, 4 U of hydrogen molecules combine with 32 unit of oxygen molecules to form 36 U of water molecules. We can conclude from the above equation that the quantity of a substance can be characterized by its mass or the number of molecules, but a chemical reaction equation represents directly the number of atoms or molecules taking part in the reaction. So it is more convenient to indicate the quantity of a substance in terms of the number of its molecules or atoms rather than their masses. Therefore, a new unit mole was introduced. 1 mole of any species, atoms, molecules or ions is that quantity in a number having a mass equal to its atomic or molecular mass in grams. In